Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now in this video, I'll be showing you how you can format your external hard drive and manipulate the partitions, whether to be to get rid of unnecessary extra partitions that house certain services that you no longer need, or to create your own partition within that volume. Now, the reasons why you might want to do this, so let me just go to my PC or this PC. The reason why you might want to do this is you might be deciding to sell the hard drive as brand new, not brand new, but um, without your data on it at least, or you might be trying to repurpose that hard drive for personal reasons, and you don't necessarily want those extra services on it. You might want that extra space to utilize for storage. Now, this is an example where I have three partitions doing three separate stuff. Um, Now, I don't want these servers to remain on the hard drive because they no longer serve a purpose, seeing that this was a hard drive within a Lenovo laptop. And this would have been a recovery for the Lenovo. And this would have been, I think, I think that was a service that some service for the I can't remember, but it was some service for the Lenovo that worked in conjunction with each other. And then this, which is the E drive, would have been the main drive that would have had the data for the Windows operating system and would have had the users and so forth. Now, I no longer want these three data because they're no longer serving a purpose to me. So let's go in how we can format it, basically get rid of these partitions. Now, normally you would right click and format, which by itself would allow for a formatting of the hard drive or the individual storages. However, on the partition level, these partitions would remain the same. Now, I don't want that. So I am going to go to, you can type in volume. You should have something that says resize volume, manage volume. So if you go to manage volume, if you look down here, you will see these separate volumes that you can basically format and gain those extra spaces. So let me show you. If you click on properties, I can format and I can also delete. Now, I don't want to just format, but I can show you what it would be like if I wanted to format. So I'm gonna call it um, first, right? In fact, no, sorry, I'm gonna call it E because that would be the new name of it. I don't want to, since I'm gonna delete everything, I'm just giving it a letter. All right, so the D drive is now called V and has been formatted. However, if you go back here, you will see that it's still an individual storage to itself, but I don't want that. So I type back volume. I don't want that. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to delete it. So once I delete it, you would now have unallocated volume. And I can always create back that volume if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I do the same for this where I just delete. And there I go. I have now one allocated unallocated value volume with both those storage spaces combined. And I want to do the same for here. I want to delete this. And here now I have one whole unallocated volume, which let me create, and I want to call it my work, my work drive. I want to give it the label of, and I want to give it the label of D, and the file system format is right because this is what the operating system actually reads. The other one, it would give problems, and that's it. I don't need, I won't, don't, you don't need to change anything else. You just format. You might get this, however, it doesn't affect the outcome. So if you go back to my PC, now I have 148 gigabytes, and I also like to do an additional format sometimes. Just make sure that everything goes, because you already realize that when I did that first format, I think it was 149. So sometimes you need to reformat it again to kind of make sure that the system adapts to it and can actually read that drive properly. All right, so let's do a test to see that actually can store information. I'm going to drop a picture of myself. Sorry, a picture of myself in my work. All right, now it's there. If we check properties, we can see that space used is the space of that item, right? And that is basically how you would unallocate the partitions and basically create one main storage. Now, you could go even as far as to delete this and create individual storages. So I would do that. In fact, let me save that for another video. So if you want me to delete this and create individual partitions, leave a comment and I'll do a video doing that. But for now, I've shown you how to basically unallocate the partitions and format your hard drive to have one main storage, and now you'll be able to do this and get an outcome of an increased storage or a cleared hard drive with no additional partitions. All right, thank you for watching this video, and that's it for today.